Name is Khaalid Abdullah.
How long have we known each other? Since when?
Since, it had to be what, 2006? When was freshman year? Yeah, I think it's 2006.
Was it?
Or 2000.
I think it's like 07? Because we graduated 2010. Oh, wow, you're right.
Yeah, 6, right? Because that's when we were freshmen, yeah.
Wow.
So all our prepubescent and adult life. Yeah.
Man, we go way back to high school, after high school, and now we shall not say the age number, but it's been a minute. Man, so what have you been up to lately?
Just taking care of my daughter, trying to be a good husband and father, and also trying to build myself up physically, mentally, and spiritually.
I see you started doing a lot more the content creation.
Yeah, trying to get back to being consistent. I know it's not an easy road, but I know I need to stay consistent. Things aren't going to take off as fast as I want them to, but just getting out there, putting something out, doing what I love to do, working out and just recording it, or making funny videos and recording it. As long as I'm documenting it, I think it's going to lead me to where I want to be.
I always feel like comedy has been a big one that is near to you. Remember that video you made with your brother with the chips?
Oh, yeah. I should post that.
Should have. I mean, you still can. Be like,
somewhere.
Back, just post it. Why not? Yeah. What would you say is your favorite thing from content creating? Is it the recording part, the editing part, or putting it out there for the people to see?
I love seeing it come together because I have the idea in my mind. So whenever, after going through the hard parts of recording, getting angles, editing, whatever, then posting, hashtags, whatever, actually putting it together and seeing how it came out and almost having it exactly how I visualized really makes me happy because my purpose in doing this is either to educate, inform, or make people laugh. So those are kind of my goals. I just want to bring something positive to other people's life. And no, I'm not reaching a lot of people right now, but in the future, if I could reach thousands of people, I'll be happy doing that.
I mean, I've seen some of your videos. As you post more consistently, I see the trend of, obviously they vary with social media. Some, for whatever reason, take off better than others. But I saw that your engagement has been increasing. Yes. And then you've been like a lot more consistent with it, which is showing the results, which is really good to see. So in life, what do you think for yourself is your definition of success? What do you define as success in life?
Well, first thing I want to note is that success in my mind has kind of changed throughout the years of kind of what priority it is, because before I had a family, before I had a daughter, there was other things I would consider success. So as far as it goes right now, there's different layers of it, but right now, as long as I'm able to take care of my daughter, she's happy and healthy, it's successful. So for me in particular, success is being able to continuously grow and elevate myself and everybody that's around me. So as far as I'm at, I can consider myself successful right now, but I foresee more success in my future. So just being able to live, be happy, and enjoy what you do, I believe that to be a success. Obviously, there's little things here and there, money, finances, whatever it is. I know that will all come along, but as long as I stay consistent, I know that I'll get to where I'm at. So I would say, obviously, I'm not the most successful person in the world, but
well, you are with your definition of success and improving.
So to me, success is always an ongoing thing. Because say, if you want a $100,000 car and a mansion, you get that. Most people aren't going to be satisfied when they get that. So that previous visualization of success is going to change, because now it's like I have all this money in this house. Like, what am I doing with my business? Is it working right? So I think it's success in my mind is very dynamic. There's there's things that are there that are going to be universal for people's success, but for the most part, individually, you're always going to want more. You're always going to do better and be as good as you can be. Because people who have the mindset to become successful, whenever they reach that level, they're going to want more. And it may be, sometimes could be bad, but usually people find a more productive way to, find their way to become more successful. So to me, overall, success is a dynamic entity.
I like that you touch on that point, because I've personally reflected on my chase or pursuit for success, that it's a double-edged sword. I believe that if I wasn't always going for the next thing, I would conform and not be continuously improving myself. So I've probably moved forward, reflect and say, okay, this is good enough for me, and not keep going. But because I'm so driven to keep going to the next thing, and I'll accomplish one thing, and I'm already asking, hey, what's the next thing I could do? How can I continue to improve myself personally, my career, help the people around me, just continuously grow, as you said. But it is the double-edged sword, because when are you fully satisfied, fully fulfilled? When have you reached something that you're good with? Yes. So, but see, I rather lean more towards the positive side of, I know I'm never satisfied, but I am grateful, and I do believe that because I'm never satisfied, it helps me keep moving forward. I wouldn't be where I am if I was okay with just what I started with, let's say. So I want to go back to your definition of success. You said it was different before. So actually, what was it before, and how did it transition? What was your old definition of success?
So as far as success was going, I was on the road in my mind to become a professional athlete. So essentially, I visualized myself going to NFL. So that was my idea of success. If I didn't make it to the NFL, I wasn't going to be successful. So as life happened, I didn't. I continued working out. I continued staying as an athlete, best of my ability. But at that time, if you don't reach what your initial goal of success was, you have to reevaluate, readjust, and then find a new goal to reach. So in that sense, it's like it's okay to fail, but you have to get back up and try again. So at this point, obviously not everybody's circumstances are the same. Sometimes it's something that you could keep pursuing, but with my initial goal of what I wanted, what would have made me successful in my own mind, time and injuries stop you from getting there. But now it's like there are other things that I can do that could still make me feel successful. So initially it was being a pro athlete, but if that doesn't work, you can't stop. You have to still fight for something, because you don't always get what you want. You're not always going to get what you want when you want it. As long as you keep working towards it, you'll eventually get to something it's going to pay off. Whatever you work for, you're going to get rewarded for it. And it's not going to be at the same time as him or her, but as long as you stay at it, you're going to get what you deserve. So to stop and say like, oh, well, I've been doing this for 10 years and I don't have anything yet. He's been doing it for 5 years and he's a millionaire. It's like, well, everybody finds their thing at a different time. So you just got to focus on you and what brings you success, because them being successful and you hating them for being successful or whatever you feel towards them isn't going to make you successful, unless it's a bigger desire to say, okay, well, they did it, I can do it.
Yeah. From an outside perspective, I see that you constantly pushing forward and pivoting from your initial definition of success is a form of success in it of itself, because you're still progressing. Someone else could have just dropped the towel and said, you know what, I'm done, since I didn't get to my first definition of success. But you have success in a different way. You're moving forward, you're constantly working at something, and who knows, maybe your original thought on what success would have been might have not been your path, and life had to pivot you in a different way so you could eventually find that thing, that your one thing that is success for you. You ever heard those stories where people say, I was gonna be a singer, an actor, and out of nowhere they ended up working, I don't know, in arts and crafts or something. I mean, I guess that's still creative, but they worked in something that was completely different from what they were originally doing, but they loved that new thing. Yeah. So maybe that's part of the process. You'll find something else that you thought you wouldn't be doing, but you end up doing it. You end up loving it. I guess back then, were you thinking of content creation as much?
No, definitely not.
and now you're doing it. So in your path to your definition of success, what challenges, I guess your current definition of success, what challenges do you face or have you faced?
So currently?
Yes, currently.
So currently, my biggest love is also my biggest challenge, which is my daughter. Oh,
that's so good. The way yeah.
So obviously it's non-negotiable. Like, I have to take care of my daughter. It's not that I don't want to. I just understand that this isn't the time for me to I can't go as far because she takes up a lot of my time right now. But as far as it goes, I'm not going to stay stagnant as well. I'm going to do whatever I can with her by my side and incorporate her in with what I'm doing to, still reach that goal of success. So, having a family, it kind of takes a toll on you. So I was working full-time before, supervisor, project manager at an environmental company. And after my daughter was born, obviously my wife was making a lot more money than me, so I'm not going to tell her to stay at home. So I decided to take a step back, take a cut from my career path, and focus on raising our kids so we don't have to worry about any initial daycare fees, anybody else watching our kids, so we have peace of mind. And then also, I'm still working, 2 jobs as well, in the mornings and in the afternoons, just so I can work, take care of my daughter, then work again. So I'm not making money that I want to make. I'm not doing the things I want to make, but I'm making a sacrifice for other people to be more successful and stay on their road, which is my wife. She has a really nice job. She makes good money. She loves what she does. So it's not about I know I'll get to where I want to be, but I don't want to inhibit other people from being where they should and want to be as well. So I think being successful is also being able to help and take other people to their success as well. So
it gave me chills. That's so good.
So it's like I don't, obviously everybody wants to do well for themselves, but if you care about anybody and if you're surrounded by people, you want them to be just as or more successful as you. You don't want to be the only person that's successful. You want everybody to get a slice of the pie.
Elevate the people around you. So you touched on it already. On my next question was going to be what you implement to overcome those initial challenges. And you mentioned that you bring your daughter with you. Right now you have her with you. So you're able to continue moving forward and be dynamic, as you mentioned, and make things work and continue moving forward. Can you touch base on more things that you do in order to overcome the challenges that you face?
So one of the things I think people don't like to hear or don't want to accept is that sometimes you just need to not do nothing, but just take a step back and let things kind of go the course before saying oh, this is too hard, it's not going to work. Having patience and having an understanding that things are going to come when they want to come is helping me get to where I want to be. It's helping me stay focused on my path. So when things don't turn out the way I want them to turn out, I know that in time they will. So for example, right now, I can't do everything I want to do because of my daughter. I watch her, so I understand that she's growing up. She's going to go to school. She's going to be more autonomous a little bit later. So having a little bit of patience also helps you get to the next part. As far as actually just obstacles to overcome, it's more of doubt. At this point, anything, a lot of times, a normal person, no, not everybody, but a normal person is gonna have a lot of doubt whenever things don't go the way they want to, or if times are grim, we're in a recession right now. Gas is back to $6. Bread costs like 10.
I said bread. That's important, man, for the gym too.
Can't even get bread to feed the kid. Protein. Don't get me started on protein.
Oh, no. But, that's a whole other video.
But no, so it's just understanding that as far as life is, it's everything is dynamic. Everything comes and goes. Nothing is forever. So you make the best of any situation because it's not always going to be ideal. So no matter what life gives you, very common, term said is when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Just find a little bit of sugar and sprinkle it on life if it gets sour, and then you can stomach it for a little bit. And eventually it'll give you peaches and strawberries and
yes.
But no, lemonade's good.
You mentioned doubt. How do you personally overcome doubt? Let's say in relation to imposter syndrome, you have that monkey voice that comes in your head, which I just call it imposter monkey. You could call it doubt. How do you overcome that or shut that off so it doesn't hinder you?
It's just, I don't want to say self-confidence because obviously it's kind of contradictory.
If it works.
It's knowing.
It's not unhealthy to have confidence, so.
So it's it just knowing your value, regardless of what you see, what other people tell you, what other people are doing. Because for me, I'll let you know what goes through my head. I'm on Instagram, right? This is kind of what I'm trying to focus on, social media, become an influencer. I see Instagram, I see, some random chick do this dab or something, 1 million views. In my mind, I'm like, wow, I put so much more energy and effort into what I'm doing, and I get barely the people that follow me are liking my stuff. Which is it sucks, but at the same time, it's what are you gonna do? Sit there, cry, and complain? The people already don't care. That's not going to help you. You have to make them care. You have to make them want to. It's like whatever you're doing is not working or it's not working yet. Other people are being successful. Don't hate on them. Just see what they're doing or readjust. Like basically, huddle up, figure out what's going on, and then make a plan to attack and then try again. So whenever one thing doesn't work, you obviously don't keep trying the same thing because that's insanity. If something doesn't work or it's broken, you keep trying it, that means you're insane. So if you see something's not working, you just need to take a step back, readjust, and then try something new, try again, or whatever it is. So
that trend, you said dynamic, that word's just hovering above you, bro. Real dynamic.
People get stuck on, they get fixated on one thing. They get, whether it's whatever's trending at the time or something that happened, like they get fixated on it and they only focus on it and it starts to consume them. Whether it be, okay, I hear, oh, well, I'm not losing weight or I'm unhealthy or whatever. And that's all they think about is like, oh, I'm just not gonna ever lose weight or I'm fat or whatever it is. And it's like, well, focus, what happens, how do you lose weight? You gotta start asking your questions like, if I have this issue, what can I do to resolve that issue instead of focusing on the issue, which I see amongst a lot of people. They seem to focus on the negative, and that I think that inhibits people from becoming successful, from reaching where they want to be, if you're only focusing on what isn't helping you versus saying, okay, this isn't helping me, but this will. This will make things better. Like if you have a flat tire and you say, hey, my tire's flat, call somebody, hey, I got a flat tire. Oh, no, you call somebody and say, hey, where can I get a new tire at? Or, hey, do you have AAA to help pick me up, whatever? So you focus on the resolution versus the issue. That's kind of what I see that helps me stay above, stay on the path to success, because if you get fixated on what's not working and the problem, then that's all your life becomes is a problem whenever you don't know how to resolve it or overcome it.
Yeah. So from all these things you've implemented to overcome your challenges and overcome, self-doubt and all that, how is your life different by being dynamic, let's say, versus if you weren't?
I think from the way that we grew up and the areas we were, I think if I didn't have the state of mind I have now, if I didn't have the flexibility and work ethic and just drive, then I think, could have went down there's a lot of possibilities that life can give you. It's like you always try to make the decision that you think is best for you and your future. So I think if I wasn't, flexible or dynamic, who knows, I could have been in a gang, I could have been doing drugs. Like, I've never smoked, never drank. And I mean, obviously, people each teach their own, but for me, I believe that will help me get to where I want to be. I don't want to, I'm already not making a lot of money, so I don't need to spend money on anything else I can afford. So being able to kind of really, really emphasize my health and really focus on it and stick to my morals and my guns, I feel like that's going to take me further than giving up and saying, well, life is hard, I'm just going to, indulge in this and give up on everything else that I'm doing. So,
if you could give any final words of advice to someone watching this that's on their path to their definition of success, what would that be from what you've learned over time?
The main thing is that life isn't easy for everybody. Again, I'll choose social media as a prime example. It's like what you're seeing on there, for the most part, is everybody's greatest triumphs, everybody's success. They're not showing you the road to success for the most part. So understanding that life isn't as easy as it seems, and you need to keep working hard. So don't get in the mindset of everything's easy, and if it isn't easy, there's something wrong. Just understand that things are going to go wrong. Life is going, or how your life will be determined is how you adjust to those things going wrong, how you react to them, how you handle them, and how you overcome them. So mainly say is that whenever life gets hard, don't buckle under the pressure. Carry it for however long you need to do, then find a way to relieve that pressure, move on, and continue on with your life. So don't give up, keep moving, never stop.
What a way to end it. Thanks, Khaalid, for being on here, man. I love seeing you. I love catching up and seeing you and sharing so much wise words, man. It just chills down my back. But thanks again, man. Appreciate it.